You just spill that all over the mixer?
It's so sticky.
He turned it completely upside down.
It stuck to my fingers as I was trying to.
Completely upside down. There is a puddle.
I grabbed it and it stuck like this to my fingers.
Don't worry.
I couldn't get it off.
There's no more fucking Elmo dust because
Fireball soaked it all up?
Yep.
Hey, welcome to another episode of Schnozzcast. Joined by my good pals, Cory, Nick, and Todd. Cory, how are you, sir?
Oh, I'm great now. Thank you.
Nick, how are you, buddy?
Spilling shit all over.
Sticky Nick is doing just fine.
Excellent. Todd, how are you?
Fan-freaking-tastic, Bob.
I got
top of the world, baby.
I got
top of the world.
It is the how you doing that never ends.
Word to the mother.
Hey, if you're new to the podcast, thank you for joining us. You can find us out there, the streaming services, anywhere you can get a podcast. Go back and listen to previous episodes. You can also watch us live on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, and TikTok.
Sure, all the places.
All the places. And you can email us at schnozzcast@gmail.com, or you can call or text us anytime, day or night, including right now at 618-SHOCKER.
Shocker.
Yes, sir. On the Shocker line, ready for you and all your friends.
All right, so if you are new to the show and have never texted the Shocker line, I might ask the question, why not? What are you waiting for? Are you afraid? Are you afraid?
I don't have a good long distance plan.
Why you no text?
Why you no text? Why no text? Why no text?
Why no text?
Why no text? Text us and ask us your questions. We'll address them on the air. We'll give you credit if you want it. If you don't want us to mention your name, we definitely won't.
Mm-hmm.
But we're here for your calls, questions, queries, grapes, or bitches.
Yes, we want wino texts.
What? Sorry, what?
Wino texts.
Like they really like wine?
Yes.
Sure.
Like winos.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Wino texts.
Cory's asking for a dictionary definition of the word wino.
Guys, we have a packed and loaded show for you guys tonight, so we're gonna get right on with it.
Yes, we are. Thanks for the
wind up.
Thanks. Hoping that I would hit it out of the park. Thank you, Nick. And with that, we're gonna pass it directly over to the man without whom we'd have no sports in this show.
Word
Todd
to the
Dillon,
mother.
90 Second Sports.
And we see him heading in that direction. The 20. He's going for 40. And it's 90 Second Sports.
All right, Todd.
Word.
Can I just say I love when Cory lays out the rules very aggressively and with no quarter given to Todd for 90 Second Sports.
Yeah, can you get out if I could see the hourglass, I'll be in good shape.
Yeah, no, Todd, here's how we're doing it. Just like we did last time.
And every time after that, going back at least 7 or 8 months.
The digital timer is going to come up on the screen. I'm going to say go. And then you, sir, are going to proceed to give your 90-second sports segment. That is how this segment works and will always work. Go.
I got it. Clarifying question. Oh, dude, it's already counting down. I lost 8 seconds because you didn't say that the thing was going to be up first, and then you were going to say go. I thought you were going to say go, then start the clock.
I said go.
This is bullshit. I'm calling bullshit. But, dude, this week, you'll never believe what happened in sports. A dude just shattered the 40-yard dash record at the combines. Yes, indeed. Football season may have just ended, but football season is just getting started. The combine just opened up, and Brother Man ran a 4.21 40-yard dash. That's like a second and a half faster than Bob ever ran his 40-yard dash, and probably a minute faster than Cory would ever run a 40-yard dash. And Nick's not a sports guy, so I won't even hazard a guess. But anyway,
that's fine.
I got to tell you, I went to a hockey game this week. I went to see the Kraken play the Boston Bruins at Climate Pledge Arena, and man, talk about one of the greatest hockey games I've ever seen in my life. It had everything. We had the Kraken getting beat down by a team much better than they are, and but they were hanging in. They were scrappy. They were fighting. Then they freaking tied it up, went to overtime, 3-on-3, baby, 3-on-3, and you thought it was going to be over in the 3-on-3, but no, It went beyond that. And then you will not believe what happened after the 3-on-3. Wait. If we started on time, damn it, I'd have got to the shootout. This is bullshit. This is bullshit, Corey. That's why I like the hourglass, so I can see what's going on.
Just so you're aware, when Corey, when you did actually press the buzzer, as far as the delay, it said he had 12 seconds left on the delay. I mean, not that matters to people watching it live, like real time.
So I get 12 more seconds?
Dude,
Then when the shootout started, I thought, no way, because this you know what?
Hold on, let me just mute Todd for a second. Technically, that means that Todd had a 12-second head start because he's listening to Corey's voice tell him to go.
This is bullshit.
No, Corey's voice should be, he should not be watching any kind of clock.
Right, but
Corey's voice should be the start.
exactly. That's why we lay the rules out
Exactly.
every week.
They're not very clear.
Dude, as soon as I muted him, the voice just popped up there. It's not very clear. Todd, why are you not syncing up with young Corey here to clip out the video from your 90-second sports and put it on your own TikTok? Why is that not happening?
Because every time I get screwed and I never ever get to the point that I need to make. The fact that
I feel like, again, that's a personal problem.
Todd, from the outside looking in, it seems racially motivated to me.
I know. Well, it's probably more height motivated because Corey has a freaking thing about the lifts that he has that makes him almost 5'5". He's freaking very, very angry because I'm just a couple inches taller than he is.
But
You're
Todd,
very angry.
Todd,
you hate everyone.
You gotta take this to the people, Todd. Take it to the people out on TikTok.
If you want to hear more sports, why don't we get a vote? We should push this to 2-minute sports, or maybe 2 minutes and 30-second sports.
I'm sorry, I think we're losing you, Todd. There must be a problem with the connection, your microphone. Something went out. But we all hear your pain.
I'm surprised the Lions games weren't didn't tie you over for a while.
Corey, I think we're losing you.
Todd, I think that just like us, you're praying that the Red Wings make the NHL playoffs so that we can do another show.
Bob, I think we're losing you.
Do another show from Raves.
Yeah, the Red Wings cracking.
Sports Fix.
That'd be a great matchup.
Oh my God! All right, so Nick, I think we want to try to get back to a little bit of what we love so much from a couple of weeks ago. We were talking about items of nostalgia, things that we were nostalgic for. We covered Saturday morning cartoons and some of the shows that we like to watch while we were, trying to get our weekend started when we were young children. Mm-hmm. And that the fact that we, all being different ages, Todd being the oldest, all watched different things, which covered a wide spectrum. So we want to try to continue that a little bit here with a little more nostalgia.
Well, it's funny that you say that because we actually had a fan write in. And
did we?
Yeah, gave some.
A fan?
She gave some suggestions as to maybe if we ever came back around in this cul-de-sac of time travel, like if we ever came back around. She gave us some amazing ideas, and if you give me one,
she put a lot of work into that list. Should we name that super fan?
That fan might be listening right now.
If you
she
gave
just
me,
commented.
Hold on 1 second.
Candy cane?
I kept it in our notes, and we have it here live for you. Should I read it?
Yes. Well, first
Candy
we should
cane?
give
Candy
credit
cane
to the
sent us
super
this
fan.
stuff, right?
It wasn't
Was it
candy
Candy
cane,
cane?
was it?
It was not Candy Cane. I don't
Okay.
know if the fan
It was
is completely
Jason then.
comfortable with us saying who it is.
Should we ask to put in the chat whether she's comfortable with us listing her name for being the
Yeah,
provider of this very extensive list of nostalgic items?
If
Hey,
she's
Gina, if you're okay with us saying your name on the air. Oops.
It wasn't Candy cane?
Apparently not.
well,
Candy cane.
that went south real fast. All right,
escalated
so supposedly,
Thank
Corey
you for not saying supposedly.
Yeah,
What happened was,
Corey is saying that it's Gina, but we can't confirm or deny that. But
No, we can confirm. Thank you, Gina.
everybody, please
Gracias.
come with us as we travel back.
Wait, hang on. We're traveling further back now, or we're
It's-
traveling back to the
Bob only
where
went
we're at
Bit
now?
by bit.
Bob went back.
It's not like we traveled back to like the Stone Age.
Bob went back
but-
10 years. I'm
Okay,
taking it
and-
back even further.
Okay,
Yeah,
so that
so-
wasn't a jumping back to
Hold
now.
on, hold on.
Hold on, we can go back to the.
hold
We
on.
don't go back to the
Hold on.
present.
Nope, hold on. Now we're back
Start
in.
I think
again?
no, technically we're in the present now.
No, Bob went back to 2014, and now we're going back to 1994.
Well, that's the third time to hit it. So
Yeah,
now
so
we're
now-
back at 19.
Oh, he prefaced it with 94, so I think we're good now.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
gotcha.
we're back at 94 now.
All right.
Okay,
Just
so
checking.
listening and wanting and trying to suggest nostalgia. We're here with the Schnozzcast, all of its members and guests, to go back in time to see what you did, what you listened to, and what you liked back in your day. I would say the 90s, but it's not the same for all of us. Some of us, it's the 50s. You know,
Not the same for all the older folks on the
I
podcast.
will
Something.
fucking mute you right now. I have the same list. I don't need you.
All
I
right,
can do this
so-
on my own.
What? I'm not sure what that was, but I heard something RP. So we're going back. Going to Blockbuster on a Friday night. Is that something that rings true for anybody here on the show?
Yeah, for me, for sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
What
Parents
goes?
used to take.
Can you restate the question?
There was no question. It was just
restate
a
the
statement.
Does it ring true for anybody?
Yeah,
here?
I guess that was the question part of it. Yeah. So going to Blockbuster on a Friday night.
No, we were poor.
Were you ever at the point during that time? Because I remember this. I remember standing with my dad or my stepdad or my mom and just looking at these shelves and shelves and shelves of movie jackets and movies, and being able to pick one out as a kid was like a huge deal. Like,
Yeah.
I get to pick out a movie.
Yes.
Oh my
yeah.
God.
And when we went, it was always the case. My parents always picked one that they wanted, and the kids got to pick out what they wanted.
And so the question is, did you ever do the call to Blockbuster? And I'm sorry, I think we're losing connection here on the Facebook Live. Did you ever
Just
call
wants to
Blockbuster?
shut everyone down tonight.
Yeah. Did you ever call Blockbuster and ask them to hold a movie?
Never.
No,
Never.
I never did that.
We never called. There were times though, especially once they started carrying video games,
Oh yeah, I can
That-
see you doing that.
that we'd go up there and we'd say, hey, like the next copy of whatever video game comes in.
GoldenEye.
Or
we had our own copy of GoldenEye. We were lucky enough for that.
or
Fell off the back of the Toys R Us truck. My
did you
dad picked
call
it
and
up.
ask them to hold a movie if someone returns it?
I know my parents did. LOL. Yeah, I know my parents did. They
Yeah.
were looking for Best Little Whorehouse in Texas or something like that.
Jesus.
And they're like,
What the fuck did your parents watch?
Gone with
Nope,
the
I
Wind.
said
is
the
what you're
best
trying
little
to
horror
say.
house
we
in
covered
Texas.
that. Bob used
Did
to
you not
watch
hear me?
porn between them at night when
Right.
he sneaked
Yeah.
in to watch cable.
Yeah,
And I was
forgot-
like, yeah, you make that call. God damn it. If they got one coming in, you should get what you want.
So
I'll be over here in case you need me.
the Blockbuster card was probably near and dear to your heart and close to your credit card and your ID because it was an important part of your life at that point in time. Moving on to cereal. What was a favorite kind of cereal you had growing up?
I'm out, boys. I'm
Nope,
out.
you're
I think this is well known,
didn't-
but in case there are new people to the podcast, I was not allowed to eat
Oh.
fun cereals when I was
Oh.
a kid. So yeah, I'm out.
Howdy Doody Berry is what you probably had.
No,
Kicks.
we were
You didn't
fucking
get
lucky
Kix?
to get Kix. It
You-
had
I
some
was gonna
sort
say,
of
you-
fiber
you
or
didn't get
bran in
Kix?
it. Fiber bran flakes or bran fiber flakes.
Raisin
or-
bran? That's a solid. That's a solid.
No, there's
cereal.
raisins. Too much fun in that fucking cereal. We didn't get that.
Oh, that's sad.
It was sad. 100%.
Okay. Cory, favorite cereal?
I'd have to say
Not now, growing up.
and it was growing up too.
T-
Because
tell me right now, too.
No,
Tell me
no,
right
you're
now,
not in charge
too.
of the segment. Nope.
No,
Sorry.
I'm living vicariously through Cory. Tell me right now that you still eat that same cereal that got you charged when you were a kid. That would make me really happy.
okay, so they have brought it back.
If you could direct your answers to me.
They
Thanks.
did discontinue it for a while, but Oreo O's were fucking
The
fantastic.
fuck is that?
Wait,
Oreo O's?
Oreo cereal?
O's?
Yeah.
That was a
Oh,
cereal?
Yeah. It,
what?
so they now make it again, but I have had it, but it's not the same as they made it when I was a kid.
Can I do this for 1 sec? Oreo O's, 0 good things. No vitamins, no minerals, just cookies and milk.
Yeah.
Oreo O's.
Basically.
Okay, we're going a little off topic, but
What about you?
all right, Oreo O's.
What about you?
Mine growing up was Fruity Pebbles and Peanut Butter Captain Crunch, which I still eat to this day.
Ugh.
Excellent.
Peanut butter. I mean, they're
TD.
both good, but
What about you, Todd?
So this is a tough one because, like I said, I'm not a peanut butter guy,
cardboard
but
flakes
not,
or
not
what were you eating?
not a peanut butter guy, but I love myself some Captain Crunch with crunch berries because that actually put some style in there. But I think my favorite childhood cereal, if it wasn't Count Chocula, it had to be Fruit Loops. I think Fruit Loops. Yeah. I'm sure like 1 vitamin and 1 mineral, Fruit Loops, Toucan Sam. That was my go-to when I was a child.
If I am getting heat for curriculum, then Todd,
You did.
you tripped up on 2 things there, buddy.
then Todd is getting some heat for childhood.
Okay,
What did he
I'm
just
fine.
say?
Put my dollar in the jar. I'm good for it.
Okay. Bob doesn't have one, so we're moving on. As far as cereal, store brand or brand name, I think we all know brand name. Nobody said fucking Kroger O's, so that's good. So, favorite kids movie growing up?
Okay, so we are kids, but it's also your favorite kids level.
At all these points, you're a child. We don't want to know anything
Okay.
about your adult life.
All right.
Favorite kids movie growing
That's a
up?
really good question.
Oh, I got mine, and this is gonna shock you guys.
Go ahead. Set the bar high, Todd.
Scared the shit out of me. But one of the traditions my mom and I had. I'm a child of divorce, but my mom made a point of us watching scary movies together every weekend when I was a child. And favorite childhood movie, bar none, Damien Omen 1. The first Damien movie.
I thought he was going to say Kramer versus Kramer, to be honest.
No.
With you, once he started talking
No.
about divorce.
That movie scared the shit out of me, but I loved it. And it's the first time I ever saw a Rottweiler.
Okay. I will say also a movie that scared the shit out of me that I loved, which now it seems very hokey and weird, was Mr. Boogedy.
Yes, you've mentioned Mr. Boogedy a few times on this show.
Mr.
And
Boogedy.
Never heard of it.
I hadn't either until he mentioned it.
Yep, Mr. Boogedy. And I think once I showed you like the clip, you're like, oh, that's so-and-so. He's a pretty famous actor. Like, I didn't know he was in that.
Yeah.
How about you, Bob?
I think I'm of that age where I was 8 when Star Wars came out, and that was it. That was everything.
Okay.
Everything.
Corey?
I don't know. I don't know if I really had anything that like I continuously.
Todd was
watched
9, by the way.
over and over.
No, it doesn't have to be something you continuously watch. It just has to be like a
Maturity-wise,
a
Bob.
fond memory as a kid of a movie.
And stop talking about my wiener length.
Nice and short.
All right, so we're moving on. Corey can't think of anything for that one.
This
Corey,
is,
we got a lot of ground to cover here. We don't have a lot of time for him and hawing. So if you could figure something out, that'd be great. But if you don't have anything on your mind, we'll move on to the next question.
Good Burger.
Okay, Good Burger it is. All right, moving
Yes.
on. A memory about going to the movies, waiting in line, a movie that was a huge deal at the time that you were a kid. I will start it off with Jurassic Park. Big deal when I was a kid.
How old are you?
Loved
when
it.
Jurassic Park
I am
came
41. I'm 41 now. When Jurassic Park came out,
Just a little bit
you could
older
do the
than me.
math. You could do the math,
out?
but
I want to hear Corey do the math. So Jurassic Park came out in 1993. Nick's 41. How old was Nick?
I was 10.
I didn't fucking ask you.
You looked okay. Sorry.
I just said I want Corey to do the math. I said it very clearly.
I'm gonna say he was 10.
Never mind.
Hey, listen. He's also bad at his own age
Fuck
math.
me.
So work on that.
You'd
as
think
well.
we'd never done a podcast together.
Work on that as well.
All right.
What was yours, Bob?
I said Star Wars before.
Yep. Can't say it again.
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Okay. Indiana Jones.
Yep.
Todd.
You again. I'm going totally different than everybody else.
Damien Newman 3.
Nope. Stripes. Had to wait in line. First time I ever saw boobies.
Hold on a minute. Hold the fucking phone. Hold the fucking phone, my friend.
Yes,
Are you
sir.
saying Todd was?
Wasn't Stripes in the 80s?
Stripes came out.
Yeah.
I want to be clear about this. In 1981.
Yeah, I was a child.
Todd was 34.
Todd was apparently standing in line to go see Stripes at the ripe young age of 12.
Yes.
I was 11. Let's be clear about
Okay. All right.
that. Let's be clear about that.
All right.
First time I saw boobies in a movie, Stripes, stood
Cory?
in line. Well worth it.
Corey.
Okay.
Austin Powers. We went. My mom took Mikey Gatto and I, and that was probably one of the funniest movies I've seen as a kid, but one of the most uncomfortable movies I've seen because we were like 11, and
Was it Shagadelic?
oh yes, very.
Groovy, baby.
Yeah, no, it was really weird seeing it with my mom.
Okay, so Austin Powers. All right, moving on. Favorite after school snack. I feel like we've talked about this, but I'll lead it off with my grandfather used to lay out snacks for us. My grandma would pick us up. They would watch us after school, and my dad or my mom or whoever would pick us up afterwards. And my grandpa would always lay out these little plastic bowls filled with pizzeria chips and Country Time lemonade in little foam cups. And that was what we had. Those were our snacks to watch after school. Bob.
To eat after school?
We would watch them until we It's really funny.
It was honestly whatever I could steal. Whatever I could steal.
All
So
right.
Pop-Tarts then?
Well, the Depression was a
What-
hard time. You know, I mean, you
Whatever-
tried to get a
whatever
chip
my-
off the ground.
Whatever my parents had bought that they tried their best to not alert the kids that this was in the kitchen. It was time getting home. It was time for me to suss that out, and I did so by all manner of trickery.
Okay, Todd.
What's the question?
Favorite after school snack.
Oh. Favorite after school snack? Fried bologna sandwiches.
Fried bologna. Corey.
DIB pizza, Dearborn Italian Bakery pizza.
Pizza. Okay, it's a good one.
You fucking privileged mother.
I mean, the 90s, late 90s, it was a Ninja Turtle kind of pizzeria kind of time. So, all right. So, okay. So, did your parents order pizza on Friday nights? It was a tradition to order Domino's pizza at our houses, said an anonymous fan.
Candy cane.
My parents took us out every week, but it was usually like half off pizza. We used to go to half off pizza night at the Elmhurst tap room. We used to go. There was a Greek pizzeria down in like.
Oh,
Okay.
Well, yes, because
The cemetery?
Hold on a second. He's eating pizza at the tap room. That meant that Bob's dad's like, I can get myself a beer. I don't play these
Sure.
fun kids,
Fuck yeah.
and they'll get their pizza and
I
shut the
grew
fuck
to
up.
understand why that was a good idea. There was a Greek place called Pepina's down in
Lincoln Park.
Lincoln Park.
It was Lincoln
Do you
Park.
remember that?
I went to Pepina's many times.
I
They had
used to
amazing pizza.
Love that pizza. I still kind of dream about that pizza.
Pepina's in Lincoln Park
They're not
had
around
They had
anymore.
all the Greek horoscope symbols on the outside of the building.
Pepina's in Lincoln Park.
Fuck
They
me.
had purple neon
Yeah.
going around the building. It was a
Dude.
white. It was a white building, and when you went inside and you got pizza, it was one of the first places that I could remember that had cup style pepperoni on
Yep.
their
All the
pizza.
old school
Yep.
style.
On their
Yeah.
pizza.
Yep.
And the funny story about Pepina's is that there was a woman, an older woman at Pepina's. It was a very, very
Graziella was her name.
Yep. It was a very, very actual Italian pizzeria.
Like the mother of the owners
Ye-
of the pizzeria.
Oh yeah, they were from Italy for
Yeah.
sure. And
Graziella.
she was an old Italian woman, and for the
She was
life
hot.
of me, I can't remember her name.
I love drunk
It
Todd.
was
Graziella.
like George, like
You should
George.
throw a random Italian.
No, it
word
was
stuff.
like Georgina or something like
No,
that.
it's Graziella, dude.
Yep, Graziella. she was an old lady, and she made all of the cakes for Pepinas.
Oh.
And she was an artisan. I mean, she was amazing, to the effect that we ended up getting her phone number. She lived down the street in Lincoln Park in a little tiny bungalow, and she made our family's birthday cakes for 20, 30 years. And we would go to her house, and you'd walk into her house, and it smelled like a Mackinac Island fudge shop when you walked in. It smelled like homemade cakes and cookies and everything. And she had a full-sized, like, she made her home into a commercial kitchen. And you would go in there, and she would sell these cakes, and they were the most amazing. And unfortunately, after some years, we just lost contact, and obviously she probably passed. But
no, she's still around. I used to hit that.
No.
So I assume Pepinas is not around anymore.
No.
They've been gone for quite a long time.
No, I used, but
Of
me and
course.
Graziella, we were tight. This is long before Mary. Hopefully, Mary's not
Pepinas
listening in. This is before we met.
Pepinas was known for a few things. One was their amazing pizza. Another that I remember specifically was they had the most bountiful, amazing antipasto salads.
They did.
that you could buy. And even as a kid, that stood out in my mind.
Yep.
So I could only imagine as an
You're
adult
welcome, Nick.
or a teenager going to Pepinas and actually having more of a sound mind for food and things like that, and knowing, that's missed
You're welcome.
opportunity.
Yeah, it was the one night where we were allowed to have pop. So we'd go and we'd get Pepsi, and I was like, oh my God, this is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Pepsi,
Yeah.
Fago, rock and rye, baby.
I was always
Me and Graziella used to rock the rock and rye and grape soda.
that's how I was raised.
So
It was in a Pepsi household.
So TD, pizza on a Friday night, was that a thing at your house?
Indeed.
Yeah.
I think that was a shortcut for many parents at the time.
I think it is.
And actually, and ours wasn't Domino's or although Pepinos. Like I said, me and Graziella used to knock back.
Move on.
Little Caesars. Little Caesars was our game.
So ours.
In fact, Little Caesars was so much our family game that was one of the first jobs I ever got. I worked at Little Caesars for a bit.
You're like, how can I get closer to this pizza?
So ours
They can work
was
there.
my family. They're big foodies. My aunt, amazing cook. My mother, amazing cook. But Friday nights, I was also a child of divorce. And Friday nights, Wednesday through Saturday at 5, I was with my father. And Friday nights were a big deal. My dad used Friday nights initially to kind of seek solace in regards to being divorced and having kids and not knowing kind of what to do with his life. And he was welcomed by my aunt and my grandma, and they started saying, hey, let's get all the kids together on Friday night. And my aunt started making amazing food. And as kids, we never had that amazing food. We never had a taste for it because we were kids. You want sugary, normal things when you're a kid. But I always remember they made these just grandiose meals, and we got pizza, and we were completely fine with that. Now, though, as you saw last night, starting to kind of recreate some of the things they used to make, and that's pretty cool. So, Cory, pizza was a big thing Friday night?
It wasn't necessarily a Friday night. My dad's schedule was so crazy and different. It was usually like at some point in the week, though. We would have a pizza night that was our treat for the week.
Where was your go-to? Was it DIB?
No,
Or was it...
Jets wasn't open until I was in high school. Because
Jets. Good
that
stuff.
became our go-to.
What's the one that's on Warren and...
I'm sorry, DeLuca's.
DeLuca's?
Yeah, DeLuca's was the go-to.
Okay. That's
And
what I thought.
and for us, the kids got pepperoni, and it was from Iggy's in Trenton. But the parents either got Iggy's, where they had a famous potato pizza with
Wow.
Polish influence,
Okay.
or they were one of the first and only places in the area to have a margarita pizza.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So the
Early
Came with a bottle of tequila, did it, huh?
Yep. Todd, grab a shot if you got it. We're going to do a shot here, and then we're going to continue down this list. We're halfway down,
I
And
got
Only
it.
halfway
We're
down.
halfway
I
down.
got it.
How far are we down into this episode, Corey? We may have to
Got 30 minutes.
30.
Yeah.
We
And we
well, I'm trying to move it along.
We got to get
Yeah,
gentleman's
we got
agreement
gentleman's
in.
agreement and a question. So why don't we cut it here?
We
We'll
can
do the
cut
other
it. We can
half
come back to
next
it.
weekend.
Come back to
Yeah.
it. Let's do cheers.
I like it. Salute, gentlemen.
Cheers, everybody.
And Nostrovia to all of our audience.
Oh,
Prost. Oh, that one went down like a
That's
rusty rake.
good stuff. That's the good
yeah.
stuff.
Why was that one worse than
That one was really
all
difficult.
of the other ones?
That was really
What was
difficult.
I drinking? What was I drinking about? Did you ask?
Alcohol.
I totally did, and you answered. Thankfully.
All right.
Cloud
moving along.
Mentality, baby. Cloud Mentality IPA by 10 Barrels Brewing. Fabulous, fabulous hazy IPA. And my shot, Crown Apple, baby. I'm off
Todd,
the wagon.
Todd, I am going to call you tomorrow and remind you that you need to watch this episode in the middle of the week so you can see the difference between sober Todd and drunk Todd.
Gentlemen's agreement. Gentlemen's agreement. Gentlemen's agreement. Gentlemen's agreement. Gentlemen's agreement. Gentlemen's agreement. Oh, gentlemen's agreement. Oh, it's the motherfucking gentlemen's agreement. Gentlemen's agreement.
All right, it's been a while since we've heard the dulcet tones of Nick Bader in that song.
Thank you.
Dulcet.
Gina said Todd is very happy.
He is. All right, so it's been so long since we've done this. I feel like we need to kind of recap and explain what this is. So real quickly, Gentleman's Agreement is a segment in which we, all of the co-hosts, draw straws, basically, and assign each other a movie or TV show that we liked that we think that they will like. Depending
How did I
on
get
who
fucked
you
out of
pick.
a straw again, Bob? I never have a straw.
You got a straw, and in fact, you're going to go first, straw motherfucker. So just hold your horses. So what we have to do is to watch 2 hour equivalent of that TV show or movie, and then come back and give a very brief, spoiler-free synopsis of it and what we thought about it. Very brief being the key words. Now, the last time we did this segment, it was beginning of January. So we're kind of picking up. We've had 2 months off. So I'm going to start with Todd Dillon.
Yes, sir.
Todd, you had to watch Tales by Light. Do you remember who assigned this to you?
I thought I was supposed to watch Ghost Tales.
See, this is
DuckTales.
This is the problem.
All right, so this is what we're gonna do. We're going to have to. We can't.
I'm just kidding.
No.
I
but
know
we,
he's kidding.
We also can't editorialize as much as we used to in the past. So we're going
Yeah,
to
no,
have
we
to
have to
try
keep
and-
it. We have to keep things
it
moving. Absolutely.
And I mean that to myself the most because I'm gonna.
So that's fair. That's fair. I wasn't singling you out, but you
I
can
am.
single yourself out.
Yes.
Not a problem.
Okay.
All right. So
I believe that Tales of Light was assigned to me by Cory.
I think it's probably a good idea, probably a good notion since he's in the bathroom.
And he can hear you.
And it is a documentary series, and the Tales of what's the title again, Bob?
Tales by Light. You did
That's
watch
it.
this, right?
Yeah, DuckTales. I watched it. Anyway, no, Tales by Light is a documentary series about photographers, and that's the play on words. Tales by Light. It shows different. Each episode actually shows the work of a specific photographer and the type of photography that they do, and it is Cory. I hate to say it, that short motherfucker did it again. He's going to get a solid A. Great documentary series. There's no spoilers to be had. It's professional photographers traveling the world, photographing things that you and I see on National Geographic and other shows that we love, and you are going to see kind of the behind the scenes a little bit, but really the setup to what motivates true artists as photographers. And I thought it was very enlightening. I would highly recommend it to anyone. In fact, everyone who I've talked to since I watched it, I'm like, you should watch it. It's really, really good. There are some scenes of a guy actually filming and taking photographs of bears while the salmon run is going on in Alaska, and he's in the river with the bears. And that same gentleman goes to Africa and takes great photos of gorillas, and the gorillas actually grab the camera out of his hand because he's that close to the action. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Cory?
Hang on, Todd. Hang on. Before you give me credit for any of this, I will have to say I believe this is Nick that assigned this to you.
Really? It was Nick.
Nope,
Nick?
I know it wasn't me.
wasn't me.
I thought it was Cory, but whoever assigned it to me, you're getting an A. You're getting an A from
Hold on,
TD.
hold on.
Dude,
Hold on.
take your A, Cory.
I mean, I'll take it.
yeah.
Was
I
it
think you
Greg?
should.
It might have been Greg. Because I don't remember assigning that, and I
It's
don't.
not a horror.
I hope
movie. It's
I
not
hope
Greg.
them,
Cory, have you
for
seen
that
it?
for that I hope it was Greg, and it gets a solid A. Anybody out there and this,
Wait a minute.
and even if you're not a nature person, there's another photographer who's actually taking picture of people who are conquering their fears, and the lengths that these people get. If you've ever seen a magazine and seen a picture and went, how the fudge did they get that picture? This is the show for you.
No, it's definitely
and
one of you two guys.
How much work they put into it. There's one
never-
one episode where there's a woman
hold
who goes to it's either in South America or some other place, and she gets a free diver, so a guy who can hold his breath for like 4 minutes, that whatever the human limit is to holding your breath, and she shoots in this spot on like this hard to get to spot on the planet with this one person who has a skill that like 1/8 of 1/8 of 1/8% of people have. She got this perfect shot of him in this deep lagoon in total blackness that was lit. And you're like, and if you saw that picture, you'd be like, that is freaking amazing. She actually shows how she scoped it. She dreamed of the picture and then made it happen.
No,
A plus.
I think
A
it was.
plus.
I
You're
think,
making me want to watch it.
No, I think it was me.
Watch it.
I
Yeah,
I, I
All
think
right.
because
Nick?
Take the A.
A plus.
No,
if it was a
because
Cory, an A.
No,
A plus.
I think because I didn't watch the whole series. I think I only watched a couple episodes and I really liked it, and I was kind of scrounging for something, and I was like, yeah, I really liked it. I think it was me.
Every now and
Yeah,
again, one of us assigns something, and the person watches way more of it than they should.
Yeah, exactly.
Sometimes more than we actually watched of the
Yep.
thing that we recommended.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like this is one of those times.
A plus. It should be watched because again, if you've ever seen
Nope.
if you're a
not
human
again.
being and
Nope,
never seen
nope,
a picture,
Nope. You've gone far enough, sir. I'm going to jump in here. I am all on board with your effusive, very aggressively in favor of review of this series. But
Thank you, sir.
we got to move on.
Time to move
Yes,
on.
sir.
I did. Yes, I did.
All right, so it was Nick. Take your A plus.
A plus, baby.
All right.
Yep, because I'm on season 3. So yep.
I had to watch BitCon that was assigned to me by Cory.
Correct.
I have mixed feelings about this. It's essentially a documentary about the Bitcoin craze in the late 2010s and the scammy nature of Bitcoin from that period on up through the next 5 or 6 years, all told through the prism of one guy, Ray Trapani was his name, who was a scammer for Bitcoin. And the funny part is that I feel like during that period, maybe like the tail end of that period, Todd, Dylan, and I had this exact same conversation about Bitcoin. So to see this documentary about a Bitcoin scammer, and the documentary is essentially based upon him and his fucking lies about Bitcoin, it just kind of left a bad taste in my mouth. And I don't I won't say necessarily that I'm anti-Bitcoin as much as the whole documentary was from the point of view of the scammer, and this guy really didn't have it. You want your topic, your subject matter, your protagonist in a documentary to be an empathetic figure, someone that you empathize with, and this guy just had no redeemable qualities, and it made it a very difficult watch. Not faulting you, Corey, at all.
No. I
But,
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
And again too, like
It was a tough watch because I could smell the bullshit from the first fucking minute of the documentary, and it went through the next 2 hours.
Yeah, and he's a terrible person for what he did.
He's very charming. That's the thing. He was very, very charming. And I can see how he charmed other people, but he wasn't charming me. And that's the hard part about a documentary in which you've got a charming but irascible, irredeemable person that he's gonna charm some people but not others. And I was one of the others in this camp.
No, I mean, and that obviously makes sense with the fact that if you wouldn't have been one of his victims to fall for anything like that. Well, plus he went after mostly females too, didn't he? I can't. It's been so long since I've watched it.
But that doesn't mean that it doesn't mean that he was exclusively female.
Yeah, no. So I understand what you're saying, but I don't know, like and obviously with me and documentaries, like if it's real life and it's something that can inform you on things that happen out in the world, that's what I enjoy about it.
Don't get me wrong. I'm glad I watched it. It was educational. I didn't have an issue with the way that the documentary was shot or filmed or the way that they edited it to tell the story, as much as their main subject that they used as their way into Bitcoin was this guy. That's the guy I had a problem with. It's like if I watched Wolf of Wall Street and I fucking hated Leonardo DiCaprio. There's just no way you're gonna like that movie. There's no way. He's your way into the movie. He's the voice of the movie. He's the soul, the heart and soul. And if you hate DiCaprio for whatever reason, you're not going to like the Wolf of Wall Street. You're just not.
And again, I get that too, and I think that's why like this is such a good segment, because people have such different like views and what attracts them to watch something like that.
Right.
Because for me, like I was like, yeah, fuck this guy, but I was still intensely gripped into that documentary.
You were gripped, and I could not maintain that grip.
Yeah. So no, and that's what's great about the segment, because it shows that people have different views on the exact same thing.
Yeah. So I hesitate to give it a grade. Todd Dillon grade. I will just say, like, it was interesting. It was riveting. I watched the entire.
Hey, if it was interesting, I'll definitely take that.
But I'm like, I don't know that I would recommend this to somebody else, or that I would watch it again.
Yeah, no, I totally get it. I'll like I said, I'll take the interesting.
All right, so let me throw the
I'll
ball
give you the
over
grade
to
then, Corey. That's a solid C-.
Thank you, Todd.
So let me throw it back over to you. The ball to you, Corey. You had
documentary now.
Was that from me?
That was from you.
That was from me.
Yeah.
Oh,
remember,
was it Todd?
this is a stretch, because I assigned the Kunk series to Corey.
Chunk on Earth that Corey crowed about for weeks.
Yeah.
And so you thought you were gonna bask in the glow.
No,
of the
no.
victory.
I knew I was taking another big chance. This is a swing. I take swings in this segment.
Okay, all right, so we're gonna hear. We're gonna see how that swing did.
Let me tell you what happened here, Todd. I had to look up documentary now to figure out where to stream it at, and I saw that Bill Hader had a big part and plays a big role in it. So I was very excited. There's some other big like SNL names on there too. That
you found it on Netflix, I hope.
Yes.
You didn't pay for it. Gotcha.
No, but what's funny, when you go to Watch Now, the app that you highly recommended,
Just Watch.
doesn't come up on there.
Really?
Yeah, I just literally had to Google it, and then it showed me on Netflix. But either way,
that's weird. Okay.
So I was really excited because I'm like, oh, I fucking love Bill Hader, and well, no, so
I feel it. I know where this is going.
So I went to Netflix, started watching it, watched all the way up until the very last episode, because it was all in French, and I'm like, yeah, fuck this, I'm done. But I was kind of surprised. Well, hang on.
Oui.
I was kind of surprised because Bill Hader was only in the very first episode, and I was like, well, that's kind of weird that he has this big of a part in the show that he was only in one episode. I will say though, I think it was the episode 3. They throw rocks was fucking hilarious. But then after I shut off the last episode, which was the French version or French episode, I realized I was watching season 4, and there was 3 other seasons prior to
Christ.
season 4.
I mean, that's fair. You don't have to start at season 1, I guess. That's not a rule.
Yeah, I guess
No,
I
it
should've
was
said
that.
that.
It was never said that. Hey, I want you to start in season 1. So I went back to season 1 and started watching from episode 1, and Bill Hader is definitely a part.
I mean, he's been a part of I think in season 4, he's definitely a producer.
Yeah, he's not in it a lot at all.
But he's very involved.
But from what I can tell from season 1, especially the first episode, he's very involved in it. And the first episode of season 1, I was like, okay, this is what I was expecting.
Okay.
I was kind of hoping once it started, even when I started with season 4, I was hoping for the Kunk on Earth kind of reaction that I had. Unfortunately, since I did start on season 4, like I said, the third episode, they throw rocks, that was good, but it didn't hit the Kunk on Earth kind of nail on the head.
That became the mark that you're trying to meet.
Oh, dude, I've watched that again since.
Okay.
Just because it is
Because
so
it's
fun.
fabulous.
Yeah, but it was. I do want to go into like maybe episode 2 of season 1 to see what it's what Bill Hader has to offer. I will say though, season 4, it's not that great.
All right.
All right.
So we got to move here quickly over to Nick, who had to watch Cool Hand Luke, assigned by me, I believe.
Yeah, I
Oh no.
thought it was amazing.
Ah!
I thought it was amazing.
Fucking tricky son of a bitch.
Yeah, no, I tried to lead you into a bad dark place, but no, it was I'm at the 90% mark. We heard, I think yesterday, a message like, "Hey guys, let's finish our movies. We all have busy lives. We all are working a lot. And with everything I needed to do today, it landed on the backswing of things that needed to happen.
Yep, for sure.
Priority wise.
Yeah.
And I'm at 90%. I think I have 25 minutes left. I anticipate great things for those last 25 minutes. But for the 90% of the movie that I watched, I think it's awesome. It was assigned by you.
Yeah.
Okay. By Bob.
Yep.
Congratulations on the fact that I've never seen a Paul Newman flick.
Really?
Ever. Never.
Nice.
First
nice.
First
That's a good one.
That's a first.
That's a good one,
Holy
though.
shit.
That's a good one.
And I'm right there. And I feel like many old.
Didn't I assign you Butch Cassidy?
You may have. I don't know. It sounds familiar.
God damn it. Maybe I didn't.
I feel like you did.
I feel like if you do a Control F and search,
I'm looking right now.
well, you could just do Control F. But, all right. So anyhow,
Don't tell the IT guy what you did.
yeah. So anyhow, so far I think it's fantastic.
So far.
I-
I've only
I
got 25 minutes left.
Well, but
Yeah,
but I feel,
the end could really suck.
you know, but
I know.
I feel like a lot of those 50s movies, like, they kind of shine in the last 20 minutes of the movie. Something's going to happen that if in the last 20 minutes, like, he ends up dying or something and it's just going to be a shit movie, then I'll be really fucking pissed off. But if yeah, but
Watch that last 25 minutes, buddy.
I am. But
If you could just come on here on the podcast after you finished it and let us know if your opinion
I will.
changed
Exactly.
in any
I will.
way.
Exactly.
That would be great.
next week, remind me.
great.
I will certainly do that.
You
I only have
win,
40
Bob.
I only have 48 hours to watch it since I had to pay to watch it.
Yeah.
So,
Make sure you finish it.
but so far so good.
So far, so good.
I love that era. I don't know how I can't get on board with the 80s, but I can get on board with the 50s and 60s. Like, and it's a specifically niche kind of movies. Like,
There's some things out there for you, but this is actually a good barometer. I think And again, I don't mean to steal your
No,
thunder.
no,
I'm
no.
so excited, Nick, that you like this movie because this is actually it's a piece of art that people who don't consider themselves art enthusiasts, it's well done.
I think
so the
cinemaphiles
fact that
is
you
what
like-
you're looking for.
So the fact that you like it, I wish that I could. Hopefully, I hope to always assign you things like this because Cool Hand Luke, great movie, great. I knew when Bob assigned it, I was excited.
I was
glad that you
just
liked
so
it.
angry. Like in the beginning, I was so
I
angry.
forgot. It's been 2 months. I forgot that I signed it. Maybe because you'd never seen a Paul Newman film before.
No, and I was so. You didn't even know 2 minutes ago.
It's been 2 months since I signed it to you. I forgot.
Okay, so but I was so angry, when he fought the big guy, because I'm like, yeah, dude. I'm like, okay, why is Paul Newman not winning? He should win. He should win this fight. But I think the story builds and they become friends. And I'll be honest with you, I was very, very close, very, very, very close to shedding a tear when his mom died. When his mom died,
actually,
I was
you
very.
did one other thing, Nick.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but again, I'm inspired.
Yeah.
You get more fight when you lose a fight.
And there are certain people that feel that when you come out of a battle or when you come out of the woods, then you've stood the test of time and now I can respect you. Like you've earned my respect and now you're at a different level. Even if I hated you before this, that you're a different level. We've been in the shit together and now and so I understand that. But yeah, the moment his mother passed away, I don't know why. It pulled on a heartstring, and I was like, "This is so stupid. Why am I getting choked up about this?" But yeah, that bothered me. And then he started playing the banjo louder, and I'm like, "Okay, this is just dumb. This is not sad at all."
It's Paul Newman. Hopefully, I'll get a chance to sign you more Paul Newman films, but he's a different kind of a cat, different kind of an actor. Different kind of the hero, like Todd said, the hero doesn't always win.
Yeah, and that was That was totally different.
Yeah,
and I loved it, and I love that I can love that.
Mm-hmm.
I love that I can love that. I love that I'm not just painting it with a broad brush and saying it's old. I don't want to see it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Makes one hell of a salad dressing though.
I was
Words
going
to
to
the
incorporate.
best.
I was going to incorporate
And
that
spaghetti
somehow.
sauce. Actually, his spaghetti sauces are much better than his salad dressings.
But the beauty of Paul Newman, is, it all goes to charity, and that's what's amazing. That's what's amazing.
they hope. All right, so gentlemen,
All right,
we're gonna do a new
God
assignments.
rest his soul.
New assignments
sir.
for next week. I have it's an even split. I've got Cory. Cory's got me. Todd's got Nick, and Nick's got Todd.
I'm of the mindset that this takes up way too much time, and I think we should assign stuff off the air. And
I already have mine
Just
ready for you.
Except
Nick,
in cases where we've already got shit that we know.
and
we
that's
wanna
fine.
do.
I mean, if that's what you want to do, and it's not going to take up a
though.
lot
You can
of time.
pick mine later, but I have mine for you.
Yeah, but I think it should be stuff that we just come on and say, this is what I was assigned.
Okay,
So I think it takes up useless time.
so Cory, I got you covered. You got Self-Reliance on,
All right.
on Hulu. Todd, you said you got Nick,
Yep, he's got The Banker. I think it's on Netflix.
The Banker.
That's
The
good.
Banker.
That's good.
Okay.
And Bob, you have I Am DB Cooper.
Ooh,
I think I've
like
seen
it.
that already.
The one that just came out?
Did it just come out?
Yeah.
No, I guess I saw a completely different DB Cooper documentary.
Yeah, we'll look it up later. And
I
let me know.
am DB Cooper.
Yep.
Got it. And Nick, you're going to follow up with
Yep,
Todd
yep,
at a
yep,
later
yep.
point.
Already got a reminder on my phone.
All right, excellent. Do we got time for
I don't know.
one,
Tell
one
me.
question?
You tell me. Do we?
Cory,
We sure do.
here we go.
Okay.
Nice.
Nick's Existential Question of the Week.
All right. So for this installment of Nick's Existential Question, this is something I came up with on my own. So if it's horrible, please be kind. This is a Back to the Future moment. And I say this with respect to the actual movie, and hear me out. If somehow you were placed in an alternate timeline and you were able to come back, what would I have to tell you to convince you that we know each other in an alternate universe? Something I figured out during the week came to my mind. I was like, I want to put this into my existential question. And if this is not existential, I don't know what is. I mean, this is not what kind of bread did you eat.
I love it. I love it.
This is not what kind of bread you ate in the 90s. This is, if somehow you were placed in an alternate timeline, I come back to Bob. Bob has no idea who I am. No clue. We're from different timelines, different universes. And I'm trying to convince him, listen, man, hey, we're best friends. We run a podcast. We do all this stuff together. And he's looking at me like I'm absolutely insane. What could I say to Bob or Cory or Todd that you guys would pull the trigger and say, okay, this guy's not fucking around. This guy's telling the truth. What could I say to you?
Is the question to all of us, what would you say to each of us?
Individually.
So for me, it's what do I think that you could say?
Not even specifically me. Like if you can pick someone else on the show, like, and you can remove this and move it on to Cory, or remove this or move it on to Todd, that's fine. I'll accept that. Like if you're like, hey Todd, what did I say on the field to you? In 1999. Or something along those lines.
40 in 1999.
Whatever it may be, to say, yes, you're obviously telling the truth. I'm on board. That's what I want to know.
But you're from an alternate timeline where I don't know if any of those things that I was going to say that would even have happened in your timeline.
So, but I'm saying
can I
go ahead.
Mm-hmm. What because I'm super excited. It's in my mind, I'm going to say that if you said this to me, any of you, it would be so hardwired into my DNA as who I am as a person. It'd be like, yep, you knew me.
Yes, 100%. You understand. You understand the problem, and you understand the answer and the question. So,
okay,
it has to be something that we know. One of us knows. It can't be like, oh, your dad's middle name is Stewart. Like, if Bob doesn't know that, then it doesn't count. Like, it has to be something that one of us knows that would bring you into the reality. Like, Bob, I know this sounds very fucking strange. Snap out of it. I'm telling you the truth. I know you. You have to believe me. I know this sounds crazy, but
okay,
X, Y, and Z.
So
I got mine.
Go ahead, Todd.
Yeah.
Before we do that, Todd.
We need a shot, don't we?
That's right, sir.
That's what I'm talking about.
We got to make up for that month.
Holy hell.
I know. Mary's going to be loving me tonight.
Mary is going to hate your dumbass.
Chocolate.
And by extension, going to hate us. I'm not sure how that works, but that's just the way it is.
Mary, put them in your mouth and suck them.
Sorry,
you know Mary. I'm going to be singing that too. You know I'm going to be singing that in about 15 minutes. I'm like, hey, Mary. Ooh, suck on my chocolate salted balls.
Cheers.
Well, I just
Dig 'em
picture
in
her
the mouth and
rolling
suck
her fucking eyes when she hears him say that.
If she's listening, Mary, I love you.
I apologize.
And I watched him about 30 minutes ago. Keep me all set.
Wait, while we were on the podcast?
Word to the mother.
Cheers.
I keep these,
Soap and
I keep these shiny, baby.
I'm honestly gonna throw up.
Salute, gentlemen.
Oh my god, I almost I really honestly almost threw up.
Todd's apparently got a tub of soap and water underneath that desk.
All right, so my
Hey,
answer.
Cory, hang on.
I don't want to see it.
My answer doesn't have to be directed to you. It can
Nope.
be directed to anybody.
Could be directed to Todd or Cory or whoever.
Okay.
But here's the catch.
I think there's already enough of a catch.
Nope.
Keep-
Nope.
Come on.
Here's the
Let's-
catch.
Yeah, let's go.
Nobody can say or refer to, we can't all refer to Cory
Why not?
because it can't happen.
Why not?
Because it's my question.
Okay.
All right, so if you want to pick Cory as your person, that's fine. I can't pick Cory. We have to think of something for the next person.
Okay.
Wait, so we can't do ourselves?
No, you're not
Ooh.
talking to yourself.
Ooh.
You're talking to one of us.
All right. So I'll jump in here. And
Okay.
Nick, you're going to tell me whether or not this makes any sense or violates the rules of your question.
Okay.
I would say, Cory, you don't remember who I am, but hopefully you remember Halloween when you were a kid, a young man, a young adult, and there being a talking skeleton in your dad's driveway.
Bob this
I was the voice of that skeleton.
That would get me.
Don't you remember me?
But
I was in your car the entire time.
But that didn't happen. Has to be hold on.
So
No. I know
Yep.
you're frustrated, but I'm just trying.
I am, because I already asked this fucking question.
I'm
Go
trying
ahead.
to, but
Yep.
I understand
Sure.
you more now. I'm trying
All
to
right.
steer you in the right
Wait,
direction.
Okay.
hang on though. How did that not happen?
So none of our history happened.
Oh, that
alternate timeline to where you don't know Bob.
Okay.
So Bob can't recall on things that he was in your timeline because he's not. So you need
oh,
to.
then
I already asked.
Yeah.
I already asked this question.
I did obviously
That's-
didn't understand.
Okay.
I'm getting it now.
Yeah,
The only thing
so-
that I don't like,
Go ahead.
Nick, is I think each somebody has to come up with someone. We have to. Everybody has to get covered. We can't all zero.
That's,
Like you said,
that's
we
fine.
can't all
That's
zero.
fine. Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
So-
why-
so
help
what
me
I'm saying-
understand then, because
You have to prove to Cory basically that you know Cory.
Oh, I got an
but
idea.
I can't use any history. that we
Anything-
have together.
yep.
Nothing
Not-
that we've
not-
done together or
I-
said together.
No,
Nothing.
I got it.
Not together. Yeah, go ahead, Todd.
And so maybe we and can I add? I know this is your segment, Nick.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
Then we have to do for each of us. We have to do, even if it's a micro fact. I think that'll work. Will help Bob. I think we have to do it for each one of us. That's not us, since it's not. Because I when I heard the question originally, I'm like, ooh, I know
Holy
what I would
shit.
like to.
There's a lot of words there. Come up with an answer that would help me
For each
understand the
person
question.
that's not you.
No, just you. Just give me an example, if you got an answer, Todd, of how this is going to work, so that I can hear somebody do it.
Okay, I have an answer. I have
Go
an
ahead.
answer for everybody.
Sure.
I have so for you, Bob, it would be, dude, you like boobs more than God should have any man like boobs. And for Nick, it would be, you have an intractable need and thirst to serve in like a military or police type form. You want to serve people and be the best person at helping other people ever. And then for Cory, besides being taller, it would be, you have the absolute need to be the technical visual embodiment that helps people do the things that they need to do. That would be my thing for everybody. So Bob would be boobs, Nick would be protection, and Cory would be, I gotta have a chokehold on the tech.
So I will say this. Those are good. What I'm looking for is a convincing fact that you know this.
So
Hold on. Are you
specific.
saying you didn't get that from Todd just now?
No. Listen. What I'm getting is a convincing. I have to convince you, or I have to convince Cory, or I have to convince Todd that I know you, because they're saying I have no idea who the fuck you are. Who are you? What are you talking about?
I thought
We
I
don't
just
know
did
anything. But listen. So if I said something to Bob along the lines that personally Bob knows, only know, like someone very close to him would only know. We're not a part of that timeline, but I could say something along the lines of, depending how far back it goes.
So I
Bob-
could say Cecilia?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you could say, Bob, you met a girl named Christy. she's related to a kid named Cory. You don't know this at the time, but you're going to have 2 children. You're going to have this, and you have to convince him that he knows you based on facts that you know about Bob.
All right.
All right. Why are you guys so upset?
Can I redo it again?
Yeah, of course.
Can I do? Yeah. All right. So
I feel like
Cecilia, Christy, Jack, Boobs, and what Millers, and for Cory, Kid Rock, Corky, Uncle Porky.
But listen, that's not
I
that's
feel like somehow TD.
I heard
and
that
Nick
short in there, you motherfucker.
are
listen.
in lockstep here, and Cory and I are just struggling
Listen,
to figure out what the fuck you're talking about.
Bob, listen. Okay, let me explain it like this.
Sure.
You have a stranger walk up to you,
Okay.
and the stranger says, "Bob, I know this sounds insane, but we are actually friends. I know you don't know me, but we're very close friends. We do X, Y, and Z. I know this sounds insane, but I'm going to tell you some things to let you know that we are from an alternate timeline about yourself."
You have a mole on your left.
No.
When we were
You were clearly in the naked
cupping
room.
and sniffing.
You were clearly in the naked room with Cory. No, but
That's the first time you guys have said anything that makes sense.
if Todd said like, "Hey, listen, you married a girl named Christy. You had a daughter named Cecilia. You had a son named Jack."
Those are easily provable points.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and we're on alternate timelines. I might not know that. Like I said, I know Bob likes boobs through every multiverse.
Listen, you can't telling a guy that he likes boobs is like a 50.
Untrue.
That is
I'm not a
low-hanging
boob man.
fruit, to be
Untrue.
Yeah.
If you say, so here's the thing, Nick. If you see me in the multiverse and you like boobs, I'm like, nope, I'm an ass man.
Okay,
Get to
let
the-
me
get to the back of
explain
the
it.
line.
Let me explain it like this. Then I would walk up to Cory, I would tell him all the different things that I know, but I would look him in the eyes and say, "Cory, you
You'd
like
be looking at his forehead probably.
you." I'd be looking at nothing actually because I'd have to look down.
Wow.
But I would say, I mean, being the tallest person on the show, I mean, this was gonna have to be. But I would say, Cory, you weirdly like the corners of pillowcases, and you like to feel them between your fingers. I'm telling you, I'm your friend. I know you don't understand this right now, but ask me a bunch of questions. I will tell you the answers to all these questions. Your father passed away. Your mom is this. Your sister is this. Your other sister is this.
But what
And I would
if
try and
in this
convince him.
timeline, Cory doesn't
you're
like
from an alternate
pillowcases?
universe.
It's not. It's not. Everything is the same except that
No.
you are not in this timeline. You are not in this timeline. You guys don't know each other.
I don't like
You
this
have
question.
to convince Cory.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about the question.
It's just
Yeah,
too
the
bad.
question-
That's
the
what
question's
question
flawed.
Is. Too
The
bad.
question's flawed.
How hard is it to tell someone that you know them based on some facts?
Okay.
Nick, I know you don't recognize me, but I got to tell you, I know that you like to cook,
Mm-hmm.
so we must know each other.
And you like to do
That's pretty
impressions
broad.
of Cory.
That's pretty broad.
That's true.
What else?
And you like to do impressions.
Well,
What else?
um,
Low hanging fruit.
You like one.
You don't like it when people don't make the bed
ladies.
in your living room.
You love blow dryers.
You do
I mean,
love blow dryers.
come on.
You like
To your
popcorn.
own
You like plants and
detriment.
horticulture more than any man should ever like horticulture.
So if you started down this road, then it would be more convincing. So I need to know from friends. We are good, close friends.
Your
what
penis
is
is only
something-
1 inch long, and you don't
Wow.
mind it.
Clear. Okay, I would turn on my heel and walk the other way because clearly you don't know me.
I just envision Nick embracing you and being like, "Oh, Todd."
That's so funny. So I'm looking at Cory now. Listen, what would you say to him to convince him? You know a shit ton about Bob. To convince Bob something that people would not know.
The funny part
you-
is we
you-
should have ended this podcast probably like 20 minutes ago, but we're still
No,
going.
we're just over an hour.
Are we just over
Yeah.
an hour? Okay.
Thank you though. I
No, but
appreciate that.
I feel like we're
that's really
we're
nice.
struggling to pick this up, but we're not giving up. We're sticking it out to the end.
I don't feel like everyone's struggling. I feel like just you and Cory are struggling. So.
Yes, clearly.
Yeah. So
Cory and I are struggling.
You do not know how to install glass block windows.
Nice.
Again, I'm not sure how you would know.
Nice
that,
fun fact.
but
doesn't matter how he's from an alternate timeline where he knows you. He's explaining things about you to convince you.
Your dog sheds
that
like
you
a
guys know
motherfucker.
that's apparent to anybody who's ever been to my house. It doesn't take a fucking rocket
All right.
scientist.
Pull your pants up. Stop shitting on everything. Cory, continue, please.
Okay.
That would be my one for Bob.
You don't.
Glass block windows, that's your thing for me?
I mean, unless we want to make this last all night, and then
No, we don't.
I feel like that's where we're going.
We're the glass
That's
block windows with
I
you.
can't
or
wait
just
to hear
with
what you
your
say
dad?
about me, Cory.
with my dad.
Okay, so you could say something along the lines of,
But that might be what I would say, is that how could you know that? You weren't there.
I mean, I was there.
Your dad was there.
See, then that's why it's so confusing, because I was there, and that's a memory of mine that I have. But if we were,
But it wasn't a memory of mine that you were there.
but yeah, you don't exist. You don't exist in his timeline. So you have to convince him that you know enough about him that you know him.
This is why the multiverse has not done well in film.
I don't.
Because they
You
just
guys
can't figure it
You
out.
guys are very intelligent people, and I don't understand why this is so difficult for you guys. But
I think I got it. I
what
won.
Yeah, go ahead, Todd. Please
I already
bring
did it.
some
I
light.
already did everybody.
Please.
And Nick, you don't like sports.
Boom.
That's your
That would be what? I'd be like,
sports.
I'm listening.
Anyone who's ever met you,
And
your
if
multiverse
and if,
or,
John,
or
and, if
others
John
would know
and
that.
if John Wayne pulled out his John Wayne wiener and put it in your face, you'd be like, "I'll kiss that because you're a fucking Western icon."
Wow.
I think I've heard Nick say that before.
Seems like
I'm looking at his wiener right now, actually.
Right over the shoulder. Am I in the way?
Nope, not at all.
I don't want to get in
you
between
know, that
you and
wiener's like up or
You know, I honestly
like
thought
rifle
this
level, like
question
shoulder
would-
level. He's throwing
I-
over his
I-
shoulder.
I
For
really
you,
thought-
if you were in the Tawa sun with somebody throwing a little bit of sand on your fucking tiny little body, and your short ass, you'd be in heaven.
Wait, how did my ass become short?
Well, your whole body's short.
But he just said the ass though, so it sounds like I could be pretty tall and have just a very short ass.
Okay, let me give you an example, if this helps. I
I
would
feel like I'm winning still.
I would
Bob,
say,
Bob, you like big boobs.
okay,
not
Todd,
sure why you-
enough with that. Enough. I would say to Bob, hey,
Yep.
your family used to go up to Torch Lake. You had a place up there. You
Okay, that I get. I'd be like, well, how do you know that?
Yeah, how do you know that?
Right.
Because you like big boobs.
Your father ended up passing away. You got a DUI. This
Because
is
you
what
like
happened.
big boobs.
I am telling him things that only a friend would know.
Bob,
And even though he doesn't know me because I'm not a part
Bob
of the
doesn't mind
timeline,
passing eggs to another man as long as
Trying.
that man likes big boobs too.
You went to Elma. You
Oh,
un-
no.
all right.
you unfortunately met someone named Todd. You
So-
know a guy named
Unfortunately,
Phil. You know, I would name off all these things to convince him.
So
like,
like,
hey,
you like to assault homeless people?
yes,
All right.
there you go.
Yeah.
But
All right.
but
I'd be
unfortunately,
like, oh, you know me.
unfortunately,
Fuck the homeless people.
unfortunately,
known.
it can't be things that happen with you.
No, but I'm just saying he.
Oh, he innately hates homeless
Yeah.
people. Yeah, of
Yeah.
course he
Yes.
does.
Yeah, I'd be like, oh my God.
Okay,
Of course.
so Bob, what would you tell Cory that you know about Cory
oh,
that you weren't involved with, that you know about him, that he'd be like, holy fuck, maybe you do know me. There's a million things you could say. Your
I
mom-
would tell him
Your
about
parents
his-
let you go to a Kid Rock concert
his-
because
Yeah.
they thought Kid
Yes,
Rock was
That's
Kid Rock.
exactly what I would say.
They're what?
All right, fair enough.
Your love for Kid Rock brought your mother to allow you to go because she thought that it was rock for kids. And because of that, you enjoyed the fuck out of that show.
Word to the mother.
You and the mayor.
And that was
and
my
the
idea,
mayor's
Bob.
son.
So I'm winning again.
So
And
you are.
so perfect. So what would you say to Bob to convince him like you don't exist?
This feels like the fucking most public therapy session you could ever have.
Nope. What would you
Somebody
tell him?
convinced me that they know me, damn it.
And they were like, surprise, I'm going to videotape this and I'm going to put it on the internet.
Like we can't.
Somebody convinced me they know me.
You can Google anything you want, but obviously that's all available. So knowing his, the fact that he was married and has kids, like anybody can find that out.
So I already gave Bob's answer about assaulting homeless people or berating homeless people.
Sure.
Yeah.
Todd, you had an unfortunate incident with lifting and cutting your balls.
Lift and cut.
And
How about the split open pants?
You passed out on a hotel room floor.
I would also say, Todd, you seem to have a predilection for fleecing small town people out of their returnables for your personal gain.
Okay, the last thing, and Todd has already answered. Cory, how do you convince me that you know me? And Bob, how do you convince me that you know me? And blow dryers are not a topic of
God
conversation.
damn it. I'm out.
No, you're not.
I'm out.
See, I've had one that's been running in my mind this entire time, but
A blow dryer?
no. Well,
Okay.
under the table. But it was a Fairlane memory, and so I was part of that.
Okay, so what is something that you know me? We've known each other for 20 years. What about me that you know? Could you tell me, like, to convince me that?
Is he allowed to talk about your 1-inch penis?
Well, he obviously doesn't know me then.
I got it. Nick Bader, you love Westerns. You love 50s icons, and I have a list of 10 movies that, if you haven't seen them in your timeline, I guarantee you that I know that you will love them, because that's how well I know you as a friend.
Okay, that would probably that would work.
All right, so then I would have to go with there was nothing more that you liked than going to your grandma's house and having dinners on Fridays.
That would 100% count.
100%.
100%.
And I would say that
no one would know that. You
we'll
can't
bitch
look
about
that
Jingle
up on
Jangle till it's
No,
fucking.
because that's involving you. That's involving you. So you'd have to have something that you know about me.
I'm sitting here going, how is Todd going to work Jingle Jangle into
Oh,
this?
no, I was going to say Jingle Jangle then. Oh, I got it.
Mm-hmm.
You have a plant in you care for a plant.
There you go.
It smells like
popcorn.
movie theater popcorn.
Wow.
There it is.
Todd Dillon.
I am listening. I am listening to each one of you. Congratulations.
Todd Dillon.
I don't know why that was so difficult, but congratulations.
I don't either,
guys.
but God damn it, Todd, if you didn't crystallize that whole idea in one sentence. And that's why I love Drunk Todd. And that is why this is the end of this week's episode. Thank you very much for joining us. On behalf of Cory, Nick, and Todd, this is Bob saying peace out. See you next weekend.